Hey everybody, JJ here. It's Bull Boom Bear Bus. It's Thursday, June 24th, 2021. Got a lot of news to cover here. Not so good signs of things that are happening out here throughout the United States. And most of what we see here in the United States is also happening worldwide. We see a lot of money printing, a lot of inflation, and a lot of disguising what's really happening with this economy. Now, think about how bad things would be if it weren't for the money printing, if it weren't for the accumulation of more debt to rescue all of the institutions, all the people that can't afford the cost of living right now, that would basically be homeless. We'd be talking about somewhere between 20 and 40 million. Now, it's really difficult to get a number on that because you have the people that are behind on their rents. You also have close to 2 million households still behind on their mortgages. Now, the question is, if you yanked away the assistance and the forbearances and the moratoriums, how many of those people would not be able to pay their rents? So what I'm getting at is a lot of people are choosing not to pay their rent. Essentially, they're gaming the system, or they're taking advantage of all of the benefits and all the assistance that's being given out there. So if you're paying your rent and then someone tells you, well, you don't have to because there's this big bad pandemic, well, it's just human nature that a lot of people are going to say, okay, I was affected by this. I shouldn't have to pay my rent. It's not really, too surprising, right? It's just human nature. But let's take a look at some recent news here. Unemployment still not looking good. We're going to talk about who's predicting a market meltdown. And Janet Yellen, she's giving us a warning. We're going to talk about the scary warning out of Miss Yellen. Let's start right here. Jobless claims, another 400,000 new jobless filings just this week. And this is the second week in a row. So the number of jobless filings increased from just 3 weeks ago. Last week it was up over 400,000, and again this week. So what is happening? Well, we know what's happening. It's a combination of a lot of different factors. We have over 9 million job openings unfilled. A lot of people say it's because of the incentive of getting the extra benefits by not working. I think that a big component of that is that a lot of people have just gotten tired of just working just to live paycheck to paycheck, and people just decide not to work at an entry-level job. They see home prices, depending on your state, $400,000, $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 if you're looking at California, even higher in some areas. People see no chance of ever obtaining what used to be called the American dream. So the $12, $13 an hour entry level job is not really too enticing for a lot of people. They would rather live at home, stay in the parents' basement or spare bedroom, what have you. But yes, 400,000 new jobless filings. And let's take a look at a chart right here. We see that we're still about double of what it was pre-pandemic. So you tell me, is there an economic recovery? With all the money printing that we've done, estimates say between 20-25% of all money in existence was created just 15 months ago, since the beginning of the shutdown. Even with all that money printing, we still do not have the jobless numbers matching where they were pre-shutdown. So you let me know why that is. Well, I'll give you a tip, because most of the money that gets handed out doesn't go to where it needs to go, right? Surprise, surprise. Shock. The people that really need the help, they're not getting the help that they need. But we do see the mega rich, the mega wealthy continue to get more wealth. Let's take a look at this chart right here. In 2020, the year of the great shutdown, recession, and in a year that a lot of people lost their jobs, well, over 41,000 people became ultra wealthy in that year. So isn't that interesting? With all the money printed and handed out, why is it the people that are already wealthy that continue to get wealthier? Is it just a coincidence, or is that just the way the ball bounces, or is that the way the system was designed and structured? You tell me. Next article right here, investing.com. U.S. current account deficit rises to 14-year high in the first quarter. But yet, people out there say everything's fine. This is a recovery, nothing to worry about, nothing to prepare for. Everything's just going to get better from here. Why do we have to run record deficits again and again and print the most money we've ever printed, if everything was that good? And this is pretty scary, folks, to me, with all this money printing. and new accumulation of debt that we still have this many people in need. All right, everybody. So here's something pretty funny. No, I'm not talking about this picture right here, Janet Yellen. Janet Yellen warns of absolutely catastrophic to hit the economic recovery this summer if the U.S. can't pay its bills on time. So does she not know that the debt is endless, that there's actually no debt ceiling? On Wednesday, Secretary Janet Yellen asked Congress to extend a July deadline to pay back some of the federal debt. Well, guess what? The federal debt doesn't have to be paid back because it's impossible. And even if it was possible, would they do it? Well, let me fix that. Let me fix that a little bit. Technically, they could do it. You know what you do? You print up a little rectangle piece of paper out of the Fed printing press. I know it's actually the U.S. Treasury that prints the actual currency. The Fed's more just buying bad assets and buying securities with digital dollars, with digital ones and zeros. Anyways, you make it about $999 trillion. And you use that piece of paper to pay off all the debt. You see, because whatever number they print on the paper, that's how much it's worth according to them. So why don't they just print up a little rectangle piece of paper, put all those digits on it, enough to pay off all the debt in the world. Let's see, global debt's about 250 trillion. Okay, let's just round it up. Let's just say a $500 trillion note, piece of paper, a piece of fiat currency, pay it all off. Janet Yellen apparently doesn't want to do that because she looks pretty scared. You guys let me know. Thanks everybody for being here. Stay well. Until next time, keep stacking. Peace.